The man who buys the cheapest boots spends more money on footwear than the man who buys the most expensive ones. That is not a paradox. That is a wealth leak you did not know you had. Let me show you something the Bureau of Labor Statistics found when they tracked American spending habits. Men earning between $60,000 and $120,000 a year spend 3 times more on maintenance costs than men earning over $300,000. 3 times more, not on luxuries, on keeping things running, on replacing things that broke, on fixing things that should have lasted. Why does a wealthy man spend less on maintenance than a middle-class man? Because the wealthy man bought the thing that lasts. The middle-class man bought the cheap thing he could afford today and paid for it again and again for the next 10 years. Before this video ends, you will know exactly how much the cheap tax has cost you, and the one rule you need to stop paying it forever. There is a passage from a book written in 1970 that explains this better than any spreadsheet ever could. Terry Pratchett wrote about boots, but he was really writing about wealth. A rich man buys a pair of boots for $100. They last him 10 years. His total cost per year is $10. A poor man buys a pair of boots for $20. They last him 1 year. Then he buys another pair and another. After 10 years, the poor man has spent $200 on boots. The rich man spent $100. Here is the truth you've been told to ignore. You've been told to save money by buying the cheapest option. But the truth is, poor men pay the highest lifetime costs because they replace cheap items every 6 to 12 months. And the difference between those two beliefs is worth $47,000 over 10 years in avoided replacement and downtime costs. Let me show you where that $47,000 goes. The Bureau of Labor Statistics Consumer Expenditure Survey from 2023 tracks how American men spend money across income brackets. Men earning $60,000 to $120,000 replace household tools every 14 months on average. Men earning over $300,000 replace the same categories every 53 months. Not because wealthy men buy more expensive tools that last longer, because wealthy men buy tools that are designed to be repaired. That is the distinction nobody tells you. The goal is not buying expensive things. The goal is buying things that can be fixed when they break. The middle-class man buys a $50 drill from a big box store. When it breaks in 18 months, the plastic casing is sealed, no repair possible. He throws it away and buys another. The wealthy man buys a $150 drill from a brand that sells replacement parts. When it breaks in 5 years, he spends $15 on a new switch. He keeps the drill for 15 years. Same job, different total cost by a factor of 5. Here is where this gets uncomfortable. You've been told that buying the cheaper option is financially responsible. That is what your father taught you. That is what every budgeting app reinforces. But the data says something else entirely. The most expensive thing in your house is probably the cheapest thing you bought for it. Let me show you the twist. The Bureau of Labor Statistics also tracks something called replacement velocity. That is how fast an item moves from purchase to landfill. For men in the $60,000 to $120,000 bracket, replacement velocity for major household items is 3 times faster than for men in the top income bracket. 3 times. That means the middle-class man is not saving money by buying cheap. He is financing the manufacturing of disposable products with his own cash flow. The wealthy man buys one dishwasher that lasts 15 years. The middle-class man buys 3 dishwashers that last 5 years each. The middle-class man spends more money and spends more time at Home Depot. and he calls himself the responsible one. Cheap products are not a discount. They are a subscription you did not know you signed up for. Here is the immediate, actionable implication of this twist. Stop buying anything that cannot be repaired. That is the rule. One sentence. Apply it tomorrow morning. Before you buy any item over $50, ask one question. Where do I get replacement parts for this? If the answer is nowhere, do not buy it. Let me tell you why this matters beyond the money. A man who replaces his work boots every year feels like he is always behind. He is always fixing something, always running to the store, always spending his weekend on maintenance instead of on his family or his future. That feeling of being behind is not because you are not working hard enough.
It is because the cheap tax is stealing your time and your dignity in small increments that you cannot feel until you look back at 10 years of receipts. Every time you buy the cheap thing that breaks, you are trading your future time to save money today. That is never a fair trade. Here is what wealth actually looks like in a middle-class home. A refrigerator that is 15 years old and still running. A set of pots that your children will inherit. A toolbox with brand-name tools that your grandson will use. Wealth is not a bank account number. Wealth is the absence of emergencies. Wealth is not having to replace the washing machine on a Tuesday night when you are already exhausted. The goal is not to afford expensive things. The goal is to stop needing to buy things at all. Let me give you 3 specific categories where the cheap tax hits hardest. Each one comes with a rule you can apply tomorrow. Category 1, tools and equipment. The data from the Consumer Expenditure Survey shows that middle-class men replace power tools every 14 months. Wealthy men replace them every 53 months. The rule: buy only from brands that publish repair manuals and sell individual parts. If a company will not sell you a replacement switch for their drill, they are not selling you a tool. They're selling you a disposable product with a handle. Category 2, vehicles. The average middle-class man keeps a car for 6 years. The average wealthy man keeps a car for 11 years. The difference is not about money. It is about maintenance philosophy. The rule: buy vehicles that have been in production for at least 5 years. Parts will be available. Mechanics will know them. And you will not be forced into a new car because a sensor that only one company makes has failed. The cheapest car you will ever own is the one you drive for 15 years. Category 3, housing finishes. Flooring, countertops, faucets, paint. Middle-class men replace these every 7 to 9 years. Wealthy men replace them every 15 to 20. The rule: never install anything in your house that cannot be spot repaired. Solid wood floors can be sanded and refinished. Engineered floors cannot. Tile can be regrouted. Luxury vinyl cannot. When you install something that cannot be repaired, you are building a replacement cost into your future that you will pay whether you want to or not. I know what some of you are thinking. You are thinking, I cannot afford the expensive version right now. I need the cheap thing today because I have no choice. I understand that. I do. But here is what I need you to hear. The cheap tax is a cycle. Buying the cheap thing today guarantees you will need to buy something again soon. That guarantee is why you feel like you can never get ahead. The way out is not buying the expensive version tomorrow. The way out is buying nothing until you can buy the version that lasts. Saving up for 3 months to buy the thing that lasts is cheaper than buying the cheap thing today and replacing it twice in that same 3 months. You have spent 20 years in the salary system. You have learned to prioritize low upfront cost over total lifetime cost because your cash flow was tight. That habit saved you then. It is costing you now. The specific action that makes change possible is this. For the next 30 days,
Do not buy anything under $50 without asking the repair question. Where do I get replacement parts for this? If you cannot answer, you do not buy it. Here is the core financial truth of this entire video. You have been told to save money by buying the cheapest option. But the truth is, poor men pay the highest lifetime costs because they replace cheap items every 6 to 12 months. And the difference between those two beliefs is worth $47,000 over 10 years. That is not a theory. That is the Bureau of Labor Statistics watching American men spend their wealth on replacement products while telling themselves they are being responsible. Here is your actionable roadmap. 1. Stop buying anything you cannot repair. 2. When you need something, save until you can buy the version that lasts. 3. Track one category of spending for the next 90 days, tools, clothes, household items, and calculate your true cost per use, not your upfront price. The wealthy man buys the same thing once. The poor man buys it 5 times. That is the only difference that matters. You close every open loop today. The cheap tax stops today. The first morning you wake up without a broken thing to replace is the morning you feel what wealth actually is. If this hit differently, stay in the hub. There is more where this came from.